I was recently playing a scrim with my team and I got this really cool opening umbrella that I wanted to kind of analyze and discuss and try and figure out why it was so good. Um, I start out by going to the right here with a really aggressive opening. The rest of my team is going up on plat, trying to paint mid and check for flanks. I wanted to try and play really aggressive with this scrim, so I wanted to try and like poke their plat and really try to push the front lines as much as possible. But they throw a bomb here on the block, so I can't go up, and also the bow is shooting at me, so I decide to back up. I use the shield here to more safely get behind cover and paint a bit on my feet to get better movement here. The pro drops on right, and the bow shoots their AoE shots on my feet, so I try and jump past the AoE shots to not get hit by it. And also pro is like a good matchup, so I know that I can take this fight kind of confidently. It's a bit harder with the bow watching here, but shouldn't be that much of a problem, I think. I got a kind of good hit on the pro. I would have liked brella to not have such inconsistent damage to get a bit more than that. I think that's fine. I missed the other shot though, and the bow is spamming my shield, so it's going to break if I stand up in the open anymore. So I have to retreat back to this cover. I know the pro is probably going to push me here. I could stay behind cover because the bow wouldn't be able to hit me here, but I decide to back up here. The pro does indeed try and push me, and I get this position here. The bow isn't able to hit me anymore here, and the pro is just kind of staring me down here. I thought the pro was going to push me very aggressively here, and if I remember correctly, yeah, my shield breaks here as well. My original idea here was to jump back to my teammates, but I had so little time, so I kind of just registered that two of my teammates were taking this fight in mid, and if I were to jump here, I don't really know how safe I would be. So I didn't want to take that risk. I think jumping to my edit here would have been really good. But I didn't realize it in time. And I knew that if I took way too much time with this decision, they would just rush me and kill me before I was able to jump out. So I try to fight back against this pro. I painted over here to prevent it from getting closer, and I think this shot in particular before I got into this position was really good. It got a bit of ship on the pro, but it also painted over them, making the time for them to come close to me longer, but also later in the fight painted their path backwards, which you can see here. When I painted in front of them, they wanted to try and back up, but they couldn't do that because it was painted here. This causes them to try and engage me again. And I react to this by making a squid roll here to throw off their aim, but also get a slight bit of armor if they hit any of their shots. Fortunately, they don't hit any of their shots. I hit a really strong hit here and paints over their feet. They panic and I get a very clean second shot off to get the kill. The Stamper then tries to engage me as well. And I think this is why this position is really good for brella as well. If I stood here by the cover which I was standing by before, the Stamper could just go behind me and they could pincer me, and I can't really do much in that situation with brella shield because you can only shield your front. But if you go into this corner here, you prevent the enemies from ever going around your shield. This position will just not allow anyone to go behind you. It also makes it a bit more difficult for you to strafe and dodge their shots to find openings to shoot back. But it still isn't impossible, which is I showed here. The Stamper, though, then yeah, they can't really pressure me at the same time because they would just focus all their power and attention on me, which would then open up a big opportunity for my team to push them and punish that. So they put their pro here, which I think is a big mistake because pro is a good matchup for me, and I can stall it out for very long. But they realize that too late. The pro goes down. The Stamper tries to engage me instead. But now that I've killed the pro, this area is painted, and the Stamper jumps into my ink to try and kill me. I pre-fire the Stamper, which get me a bit of damage, which is really good. And I try to continue this fight because I have not a lot of options. I get 2 decent shots in, which means I probably just need 1 shot left to kill them. But the Stamper is really smart here and tries to space me out. It knows that Stamper has really good shield damage, so they're trying to break my shield and back up, because then I will be left with nothing and they'll just be able to kill me really easily afterwards. It's also really smart for them to, or they could use shard slashes, which would shred my shield faster. But it will also give me more time to time my shields. So they opt for just horizontal slashes, which will make the timing a bit harder, but still not impossible, and it will keep them a bit more safe and mobile as well. I noticed this, so I know that I have to do something about it. Staying in this position would just get me killed. If I lose my shield here, I am just dead. So I need to close this distance somehow, to really pressure the Stamper into not just playing me patiently, because I will lose that fight then. So I use the small ink I have to try and get momentum forwards. I got onto this railing and jump and get my shield to still continue pushing forwards. The Stamper continues backing up into this corner, and I shoot to try and deal a bit of ship damage on them, but also try to paint their options to leave. I have ink here, which is really good for me as well. I have somewhere to go and somewhere to hide behind this cover as well. I know that my shield is very weak. The Stamper has hit, I believe, 2 horizontal slashes on it, which means the next horizontal slash will break my shield, and I will have to do something about it. This ink also gives me a bit more options to swim in, which is really good. So the shield breaks. I fortunately land and get a bit of paint on my feet, so I can really easily just evade to the left here to hide behind cover. And this is also really good. My teammate comes in here from the left, and because I've already fought the Stamper a bit and dealt ship damage, they can then just go in and finish them off with the slosher. Just 170 slosh. Yeah, this was the engagement. I think that I made a bit of a mistake here going to the tower because I have jet. I could probably push the front lines and my dread just came in. Yeah, I thought this was a really cool clip with a lot of decisions to be made, and it really shows how much you have to think about when playing Brella in different matchups. And I think this illustrated it very well. Thank you for watching.